Hey guys, I'm Sara Jane Ho and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Tell me what you guys think. Have you used WeChat before? Do you have friends that have used WeChat? What do you think about Trump banning WeChat? I am speaking to you today from Hong Kong, where I'm going through a 14-day strict hotel quarantine with an electronic wristband on my arm, and I cannot leave the vicinity of this hotel room. If I do, I will be fined. More importantly, I will be imprisoned for 6 months. This means 6 in Chinese sign language. I've been really enjoying hotel quarantine actually. Most importantly, the food is good. It's been a chill time, so I've been following the news. One of the biggest news that just hit the wire is that on August 6th of 2020, President Trump announced that he, in addition to banning TikTok, he is also going to ban WeChat from America. And I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, what is WeChat? So some of you have seen me mention it on my Instagram stories, and some of my followers on Instagram even downloaded it and asked me if I could help verify your accounts, which I thought was super cute. And today I just kind of wanted to walk everybody through WeChat, which now has 1.2 billion users, half the number of users that Facebook has globally. These WeChat users are mostly in China. I would say that it is like Facebook, WhatsApp, Shopify, and Apple Pay combined in one app and better. It was founded in 2010 by a huge company called Tencent. Now, Tencent is probably one of the most valuable companies in the world. It's a Chinese tech giant. There's considered Alibaba and Tencent, and the two were major arch rivals. So Alibaba, you guys probably all know Jack Ma. The Tencent founder, Ma Huateng, or Pony Ma, he's a lot more low profile compared to Jack Ma, but equally brilliant. And so in 2010, he funded the special project within WeChat to do a messaging system, and it now obviously has become huge. I remember when I first moved back to Beijing in 2012. I had just graduated from Harvard Business School, and I was riding in my girlfriend's car, my friend Yo-Yo, and she was driving, and then she picked up her phone from the middle and pressed something and spoke into it like, 好好好，我很快就到了，好吗? And then she elegantly tossed her phone back down, and I looked at her and I was like, what did you just do? I was like, what is that? And she was like, well, 微信. And I had just come back to China after 2 years of being in the States, getting my MBA, really behind schedule with all these new apps that were coming out. And so that's when I first heard about 微信. Now, I was an avid BlackBerry user, and then because I moved to China, in order to get WeChat, I actually finally gave up my BlackBerry. I was probably one of those lost users because of BBM. All international friends know BlackBerry Messenger. But in order to get WeChat, I realized, okay, fine. And that's when I switched over to one of these smartphones. Firstly, in English, it's called WeChat, but it was originally called 微信, W-E-I, 微信. So 微 means like little or small, and 信 means letter or message. So it's like a little message. And then when it hit hundreds of millions of users, Tencent renamed this app to WeChat so that it would have an international name for the international market. So you can call it 微信, you can call it WeChat, it's the same thing. Here we go. Here is I'm showing you all the apps that I have. Very revealing. I feel very vulnerable right now. But as you can see, so over here, so this is the WeChat logo. I'm gonna click on it, and you'll see all my messages. I'm gonna start messaging Dorothy, who's my assistant. You can put Word files, Excel files, PowerPoint files all into here. We can also send photos. So this is a picture of Victoria Beckham and her baby. You can send a location. I can send her a red packet, so a 红包, and I can, if I want to give her a bonus or thank her for something or something for fun, I can send her a transfer, so that's money. If she paid for something for me and I need to pay her back, the opportunities are endless. Another thing I want to talk about, public official WeChat accounts. If I go into my contacts, you see over here, it says official accounts. All of a sudden over here, I can follow the official accounts of all these brands. For example, there's Harvard Business Review. 哈佛商业评论 right over here is Harvard Business Review. Well, there's Net-a-Porter, I follow that. Chanel, Tatler. There's also the expat magazines like Time Out. Let's go to my one. So over here, MissWonder, 奇遇小姐, that's the name of my official account. And so over here, if you click into it, then you see all the previous articles that we put out. We do stuff on discovery, identity, we feature people, we do stuff on home living. And as of WeChat user, you can subscribe to WeChat official account. So it's like a blog, basically. One other thing, WeChat Moments. Moments is like a Facebook feed. So we'll be like, oh yeah, I saw on Moments that you went to that restaurant. And so WeChat Moments is what you show your friends. So this is my moments. So that's a picture of me horse riding in 2015. I competed in the Longines Masters in Beijing. And then this is my profile photo. And then here you can see, friends, the maximum number of photos you can post is 9. And that's called a 9宫格 in Chinese. Look, video. That's Chinese opera. People also post articles. So it is kind of like Facebook feed, basically. When you meet people in terms of WeChat etiquette, whereas like Twitter, for example, or Instagram, anybody can follow you on that, but WeChat is closed. So it means that somebody needs to have added you, whether you met in person and they say, oh, can I add your WeChat? Or, you know, somebody else referred past your contact onto them, kind of like WhatsApp. When you want to add somebody on WeChat, there's this option in the top right-hand corner to scan. If I were letting myself be scanned, then I would pop in here my QR code and I'd be like, okay, you can scan me. So the maximum number of users you can have on WeChat is actually 5,000, and I maxed out at 5,000 in 2017. So I had to have a new WeChat account, a second phone and a second WeChat account. So I have about 8,000 because a lot of my clients, my finishing school students, friends, I often speak at events or, you know, go to events, and then a lot of people will add each other. This is gold. And then I wanted to show you guys WeChat Pay. This is where it's kind of like Apple Pay. I don't even remember the last time I carried my wallet around in China. Probably I would say 3-4 years, because everything is on WeChat. So here we go, WeChat Pay. So it has my wallet, which is how much cash is in it right now, but it's also linked to my bank account. I can do everything from pay my electricity bill, my phone bill, I can call a cab, I can call food, I can even donate to charity. And then over here, I can book rails, flights, ride hailing, movie tickets, hotels, flash sales, women's style, used goods even. Wow, I'm learning new things every day. So if I want to pay for something and I'm buying fruit, I go back to this little plus sign and I hit scan. I just scan the restaurant or the, vendor's payment code, or they scan me, which is amazing because there's nothing more awkward at restaurants when you're fumbling around and then they're swiping the credit card. The WeChat Pay is instantaneous. Obviously very powerful. Everybody will know exactly what you're spending on. At least Tencent will know, and the government. So another thing I want to talk about is WeChat mini programs. Building an app costs so much money, takes so much time. Of course, getting people to download your app and use it is a big cost. Now, since everybody uses WeChat, they've created these WeChat mini programs, which are basically apps within WeChat. So, some of them are actually in the official accounts that I just showed you. If we go to MissWonder, which is my alter ego, over here, if you go to 我们的店, then you get to Wonder Shop, which actually is my e-commerce shop. Some of my Western friends are like, oh, send me the app for Wonder Shop. And I'm like, well, actually, you can only access Wonder Shop if you have WeChat. So here's some of my categories. Here's some of the things I sell. Philip Kingsley, cool lipsticks, clean hair care, probiotics, beautiful earrings, sunglasses, same umbrella Queen Elizabeth uses, Fulton. All of a sudden, you can just shop and buy stuff embedded within my WeChat mini program. When you pay for it, you just use WeChat Pay anyway. So it's literally just all one click, which is amazing. And it's really low cost compared to building an actual app. So everybody's talking about the Chinese government censoring stuff. I'm Chinese, I'm from Hong Kong, I am really pro-China. I love living in Shanghai. It's the most vibrant, exciting city to be in right now. But at the same time, I do recognize that, yes, there is censorship in China because it's such a big population of 1.4 billion people. Civil rest is the ultimate priority of the Chinese government. It has gotten more strict these recent years. I do have a couple friends who've had their WeChat accounts closed or frozen because they were posting articles or sharing about sensitive topics. So sensitive topics is really religion, government. In one of our articles, I wanted to post a picture of our First Lady, President Xi's wife, who's beautiful and elegant, and finally we have a First Lady that stands out and we're proud of. And I wanted to put some beautiful photos of her and her dress style along with the Queen of Spain. There's a really pretty photo of the two of them, and my editor was like, oh no, we can't post any photos of the Chinese First Lady now, but otherwise our accounts will be closed. You know, your life is kind of in your WeChat. If you don't have your WeChat, then people don't even switch phone numbers anymore. They just exchange WeChat. But I definitely have some friends who've been that accounts have been permanently closing. So that's called 永久封. And they've tried to find all sorts of 关系, which is like, you know, relationships to help out, even super senior ones in Tencent, and they were not able to get their account, you know, unfrozen. You know, when I saw that President Trump, well, first he said he was going to ban TikTok, and then he said he was banning WeChat, I was like, oh man, because I actually do have friends in the States, whether they're of the Chinese diaspora or whether they're Americans, who I've encouraged to download WeChat, and it will be very inconvenient, especially if WeChat is taken off the apps store. But you know, at the same time, China has banned Facebook, Google, Gmail, and actually WhatsApp is just never loads. So they never came out and said we banned WhatsApp, but WhatsApp just doesn't work in China, which is why a lot of foreigners end up downloading WeChat to communicate with friends in China. On the one side, it is like, okay, we did close off our people from using Western tech communication tools, so I can understand why Trump would want to retaliate, not letting Chinese tech messaging apps into their country. I can understand where each side comes from. I personally obviously hope that WeChat is not banned, because it's just an amazing thing that's changed the lives of people, you know, who use it on a daily basis. And that's over 1 billion people. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be posting a new video each week who have tips and tricks that I think will help all of us lead a better life.